Hello and welcome to Drivespark. Today we're reviewing the Nexzu Rompus Plus electric bicycle.
And this is not Compass Plus.
What? Let's take a quick look at the design and styling of the Nexzu Rompus Plus. So right up front you've got this circular headlamp, it's an LED unit. Underneath it you've got this body colored mudguards both front and rear. You've also got this telescopic front suspension and you've got pedal discs up front. So it's a hybrid frame design, so it can be used both on and off-road, and it is unisex bicycle as well. So you've got an in-frame battery in here, you've got the charging point for the battery back here, and you've got the simple setup of the pedal, and back there you don't have even gears. It's a single sprocket. It's an hub-mounted motor. And it's got the PEDELEC mode, which we will come to just in a bit. At the rear also we've got the same pedal disc brakes. The wheels it rides on are 26-inch wheels. The spokes are blacked out. The ends of the spokes though are still finished in aluminium, which gives it a brilliant look while you're riding it, or even when it's stationary for that matter. Even the rim itself is black in color. The tires, they are knobby units, good for off-road, good for our Indian roads. So it's a pretty simple cycle, and that's about it when it comes to the design. Of course, you've got the height adjustable seat. The seat is very comfortable. We'll talk about it when we're riding it. But in terms of design, well, that's about it for now. It's time for us to talk about the features and the specifications of the Nexzu Rompus Plus. As I said earlier, it has an in-frame battery right in here. It's a 5.2 ampere hour battery that drives the 250 watt BLDC motor that is in the hub at the rear. Now it gets two ride modes. One is the PEDELEC mode and the other is pure electric mode. Pure electric, as you might know, it's just dependent on the throttle. You give it some throttle and the electric motor drives you. But in the PEDELEC mode, it functions more like a hybrid. It is an power assist mode basically. So what it does is when you pedal, the motor assists you, and this is done in three modes. You have low, mid and high, which can be controlled from this control panel right here. Now in the low mode it can take you to a certain speed, which isn't very high of course, but then as you go up in the high mode it can take you to a maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour on electric motor alone. If you have pedal assist, of course you can pedal much higher. That is dependent on you. Yet another unique feature of this electric bicycle is the walk mode, or 6 kilometers per hour mode, which is a separate button on this control panel right here. And what that does is, say you're pushing your bicycle and you're walking alongside it, you don't want to ride it, neither do you want to push it with your strength. So what you do is just press the 6 kilometer button and it maintains a constant speed of 6 kilometers per hour, which is exactly what you need for your walking speed. And that is just great when you're taking it for a stroll, or you've just pedaled and you just want to relax and walk for a while. Now it's an absolutely awesome mode for that. Well, other than that, it's got the pedal disc brakes that are awesome. It provides great stopping power. For the speed that this cycle can do, it's really great. The brake levers are here, and the brake levers do have sensors to each of them. So these sensors tell the electric motor when to cut off, and that's exactly when you apply the brake. The moment you apply the brake, the sensor knows that okay, the user wants to brake, and it cuts off power to the electric motors. That's smart. You've got the charging point right here, and it takes around 2.5 to 3 hours to charge up this electric bicycle. Upon charging up in PEDELEC mode, it will do 32 kilometers on one full charge, and in pure electric mode it will do 22 kilometers on one full charge. And as I mentioned earlier, the top speed is 25 kilometers per hour on motor's power only. Well, it's a simple electric bicycle, and well, that's all the features you need to know about. Now let's check out how it rides.
Riding the Nexzu Rompus Plus is a pretty straightforward experience. Anyone who's ridden a bicycle before will find it easy to use. The presence of the electric motor though makes a world of a difference. When you first swing your leg over and start pedaling, the PEDELEC mode takes you by surprise with a sudden boost in torque. The PEDELEC mode relies on a sensor near the front sprocket. When it detects that the front sprocket is spinning, it understands that the rider is pedaling and provides power assist. At parking speeds, this power assist can catch you off guard. Once you get pedaling on the streets though, the power assist makes it so easy to ride. The difference is especially felt on inclines and rough roads. As we mentioned earlier, the electric bicycle gets 3 speed settings: low, medium and high. The speed settings make a difference even in PEDELEC mode. It is best left in the high setting if high-speed cycling is what you're looking for. In crowded areas though, it is best to leave it at the low setting. The same applies to the pure electric mode as well. The throttle is light and the torque produced by the 250-watt electric motor is felt immediately. With electric assist turned off though, we found the Rompus Plus a little hard to ride. The rear sprocket is a little too small and riding up inclines is especially hard. When it comes to handling, the Nexzu Rompus Plus feels pretty light. The knobbly tires are grippy and hold the road well even if there is some mud around. The front suspension struggles with rebound, but we can't expect a more sophisticated suspension at this price point. The seat is soft and comfortable. All in all, the Nexzu Rompus Plus makes for a great riding experience.
So pros and what could be better? Well, the Nexzu Rompus Plus has quite a few pros as it turns out. The first thing we can think of are these tires. They've got these off-road knobbly tires that grip excellently in conditions like this as well as on tarmac. The second one of course are the brakes. The pedal disc brakes are excellent, both front and rear are disc brakes, and they grip excellently too, irrespective of weather, whether it is raining or if it is dry, the brakes are excellent. And the third one and the best one according to us is this walk mode that keeps the cycle going next to you at 6 km/h constantly while you're walking alongside it. That makes it effortless to handle. What could have been better? Well, we did wish for rear suspension as well. Of course, it gets a front telescopic suspension, but we do wish that it came with rear suspension as well. Also, we did wish that it could come with gears. As long as you're riding with the PEDELEC mode or you're riding in pure electric mode, it is great. But when you're trying to ride in pedaling alone mode, well, it turns out that this rear sprocket is a little too small, and we did wish that it could be a bit easier to pedal, and gears would help immensely there. But of course, keeping that aside, the Nexzu Rompus Plus is a great electric bicycle. The Nexzu Rompus Plus retails at Rs 31,983, and at that price point we struggle to find any disadvantages to it. Of course, we would be nitpicking for, probably the suspension is not so great, we would want a rear suspension, but all that would be nitpicking at that price, given that the electric scooter market is flooded with options starting from as low as 30s and ranging to nearly 2 lakh rupees and even beyond that. So given that, this is a great electric bicycle. For fitness freaks, of course, you have your pedaling mode, and after you're done pedaling, if you want to coast home, you have your electric mode or you have your PEDELEC mode. Well, it's a great alternative to your conventional bicycles. And as far as electric bicycles go, it is a great option to begin with, to start with, and I think you'll have fun with it. It is available in multiple colors as well, so if blue is not your thing, you have other colors to choose as well. You can check out the website. And well, that's about it for now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Drivespark for more auto news, reviews and updates.